Out of the blue of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on this big blue marble. It is Walt with you here for another edition of Runway DFW. Hey, we're going to start the show with a big jet, Korean Air Flight 31 coming in from Seoul. It's a 7879. So let's take a look at that on Runway DFW, shall we? So we're going to move our camera around to the left here to pick up on the big Dreamliner as it ends its trans-Pacific journey in the morning light. And that's a nice way to start our morning. Let's see if we have anything else coming in immediately. Well, again, welcome on in to all of you. We've got Channel member Skittles saying good morning, everyone. Aviation Guy 241 says, hey Walt, I'll be live streaming at DFW later around 10:30 a.m. Well, that will follow the end of our show, so good luck to you with that. Phil G, channel member, says good morning, Walt. Another member of the channel, Chrissy Girl, says morning, everyone. Mick Larkin says afternoon, Walt and everyone. Skittles says that's a pretty sunrise. Let's see. Evelyn MD, channel member, is up early with us today, says it's dark on the West Coast. Channel member Josh Aldrich says good morning, everyone. And let's see. So we're saying good morning to everyone. Christopher Cotton Alpha Echo is up early, channel member from Pasadena, California. And Steve Lundaby, who's been very gracious in presenting, offering free memberships, is with us this morning. Hope everyone's having a great day. It's a beautiful morning. I haven't put in the thermometer yet, have I? And I haven't told you what that was. That was American Flight 2768 from McAllen, Texas. There you see way down there is that Korean Air Dreamliner. Whoa. What are you doing there, Walt? Which is slowly making its way over to Terminal D. Did we establish the date? It's Sunday, October 8th, 2023, and welcome on in. We'll be here with you for the next 3 hours or so. Broadcasting live, and there's our temperature, 53 degrees Fahrenheit. That's unprecedented. The Runway DFW satellite truck is with us today, as is a regular guest of ours. His name is Honor. Can you step over here, Honor? Here's a microphone.
Can they hear my voice?
We can hear your voice now, yes.
Oh, yeah. So there's a E17 RL landing.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Let's see if we can.
It's a lovely morning.
There's Honor. You can wave at the camera over there.
Oh.
There he is. So, Honor, how are you doing with your flight, your piloting?
I'm doing awesome.
Tell us a little bit for the audience. Well, how old are you, first of all?
I'm 12.
You're 12, and you're training to be a pilot.
Yeah.
And how many hours do you have?
I think about like 30.
30 hours?
Oh, flight lesson, you say?
Of flight lessons?
I kind of don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sorry about that.
well, you'll know that sometime.
Yeah, I just can't have fun flying in the sky, that's all.
So what's the procedure to get a license to fly?
Well, you gotta know all the airplane parts of the airplanes, and you have to learn how to use the yoke right and land and take off.
Yeah. Now, do you have a simulator at home that you can do that with?
Yeah. I have a simulator at home. I normally it's a flight simulator, but it's just on my Xbox. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. E175 landing, and there's some planes back there about to take off. What is that plane? It's an American Airline Boeing 737. I can't see it from here.
Yeah, there are some planes lining up to take off here.
Boeing 737.
The plane that just landed was American Eagle from Abilene. The one that's taking off is the 737-800. Flight 1320, it's going to the mile-high city of Denver.
Taking off. About to go airborne.
Well, that's kind
airborne.
of the point.
He's gonna take off. He's getting airborne. And now, oh man, come on, get airborne. And now he's airborne. So that's a flight of American Airlines Boeing 737 going airborne to Mount. And then there's another plane.
We need to thank our friend Skittles for a $20 super chat. Skittles says, thank you, Walt, for taking the time to bring us this wonderful content. The silhouette of the planes against the beautiful sunrise is amazing, and so is your contribution to our efforts. Thank you so much, Skittles.
Phoenix. Airbus A321 heading to Phoenix, and it's taking off, about to be airborne. Can you hear me in your headphones?
I can hear you in my headphones. I had to turn you down there a little bit because I had to acknowledge someone who was sending us money. I think we have a special livery here. No, it looked like a special livery, but was a little illusion of the morning. That's American Flight 1693 and Airbus A319 going to Oklahoma City.
Awesome day.
So, Honor, how's your school year going?
Wait, what? It's going awesome.
That's good to hear.
Going awesome.
Let's say hello to Todd Davies. Says good morning from Missouri.
I wonder what those people are saying about me in the comments.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet. John Kelly Grant, also on the West Coast, says good, beautiful morning in
American
Texas.
Airlines going for arrival, landing. Coming from CLE.
That would be Cleveland.
Cleveland. Right. Cleveland.
The beautiful
so,
city
about
of
to take off.
Cleveland.
Airbus A321. About to go for airborne. And there's way back there's a plane taking off.
There are planes taking off.
Yeah. About to go airborne, running on the track to just jump into the 30,000 feet sky. 40,000 feet. I'll make a note of that. So I don't know. Taking off, and he is airborne. Is that haze over there?
We usually get a little haze in the morning, but it's a pretty clear morning I
think that's probably fog. Delta Airlines taking off.
That Delta jet is an Airbus A320. It's going to Minneapolis, St. Paul.
This is awesome. Ain't that the Airbus A319, I'm guessing?
That's a 320, that one.
I mean, 320, I got that right. Looking over there, it look like fog. Now taking off airborne. heading to, I'm guessing it should be Atlanta, but probably not.
No, it's Minneapolis, St. Paul in this case, Honor.
Okay. Boeing 737 American Airlines about to go to take off, and then Airbus A321 landing. With the liver on it. Some type of American Airlines livery on it.
That's the stand-up to cancer livery on that one.
Yeah. Awesome.
We see that fairly often. That one came in from Atlanta. You're a little ahead of yourself, Honor. That one is coming from Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Now we see another plane, but we gotta wait. And back there.
TriStar Darren says,
and as again, we
good
see
morning,
some planes
Walt.
taking off again back there.
Teresa says, shout out to Cleveland. All right, I'm familiar with Cleveland. Pen Huang says, good morning from Plano. When Kevin from AVL comes to DFW, I am excited. I am too. That there's nothing on the schedule from Kevin to come over here, but we're hoping to see him soon. Happy Gamer Kid says, good morning. Good morning to you. Drusilla McMillan says, good Sunday morning. Chrissy Girl, channel member, says, happy Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. I didn't realize it was Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving already. Well, what do we got here? Oh. It's American Eagle Flight 3409 coming in from Brownsville. It's in Brownsville, Texas. That's a Embraer 175, as you can see.
Good morning, American
Yes.
Me and my aunt are about to go get breakfast.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming by. It's good to see you, Honor.
Sorry.
Have safe travels and good luck with your flying. That was Honor, who stopped by to say hello. Raina Taylor says, I'm hoping to be there today at the plaza, but might need to reschedule because I have church in the morning. I have something special for you, Walt, but might need to wait. Well, I am nothing if very patient, so, and I didn't mean to swing the camera around like that, sorry. But thank you, Raina, and we look forward to your next visit with us. Let's see, I need to... That's a little better. Well, looks like another... Is that another E-Jet? Why, yes it is. By the dawn's early light. Speaking of dawn, we should be getting the sunrise here very shortly. The wind is not a factor this morning. In fact, the wind shifted overnight. We've been having several days of north flow here at DFW Airport. And it shifted overnight so that we're back to south flow. So that is why we're coming to you live from DFW Founders Plaza. This is American Flight 1965. It is destined for San Antonio, Texas. So we've seen one heavy passenger jet come in this morning. The last time I checked, we should be seeing at least 3 more non-American Airlines international flights arriving. Japan Airlines, I believe it's Flight 12 from Tokyo Haneda. And flights from Qatar Airways from Doha and Emirates coming in from the Middle East. And those are all, the last I checked, scheduled to come in before we sign off at 10 a.m. So, Tom Mulvey says hello from the west of Ireland.
1965 departure.
And I don't know what's happened to our, I'm going to move that over a little bit, our alerts kind of got repositioned there somehow. I don't know how that happened. There we can clearly see the skyline of Dallas this morning behind the East Tower. And the satellite truck is operational today. It's always there. Sometimes we don't have a picture of it for you. Today we do, as we watch American Flight 1107 arriving from El Paso, Texas, way out in far west Texas. So far that it's in a different time zone. The big state. So we're here with you this morning on Runway DFW.
The Dawn Patrol.
And we'll be with you until 10 a.m. Central Time, when we give way, heave-ho, to send you over to Los Angeles, California, where it's very early still. We have a couple of planes getting lined up to take off. Here on the west side of DFW International Airport. I'm plugging in my phone so it doesn't run out of power. There you see American Airlines Flight 1576. It's going to Los Cabos in Mexico, 737-800. And as you might guess, we are just moments away from a blaze of sun spreading out over the North Texas area. I really had to bundle up this morning. I've got a t-shirt a button-down shirt and a sweatshirt on this morning. And I think this is the first time I've worn a sweatshirt since the spring. But I'm not complaining. We've had some really hot weather here this summer. Still could use some more rain. We did have some rain this week.
Alright, we're in 18 left, group takeoff, American 1330. Another open weight, American 524, 18 left.
Coming in from Baltimore Washington International Airport is this Spirit aircraft.
American 1576, not export. Goodbye, your American 1576 today.
And there you see on the horizon the sun about to rise on us.
Departure American 1330, sir. Tower 3621, right.
Jimmy Henry, channel member, says, good morning, Walt, and morning, y'all. Runway DFW in the morning, then AVL with Kevin and Rudy a bit later. Great way to start my first wedding anniversary. Well, congratulations to you, Jimmy. I hate to disappoint, but I don't believe Rudy will be with our friend Kevin today. He's had some other plans this weekend, so it'll be Kevin and whatever friends show up there at Clutter's Park. So there we have a little twofer for you.
Alright, clear. Never take off on 18 left American 8.
We had American Flight 2612 coming in from Denver on Airbus A321, and going out was American 524 to Los Angeles. So watch Airline videos live later to catch Flight 524 arriving in a couple of hours from now. Might be one of the first arrivals on Airline videos live this Sunday. Another West Coast bound aircraft there for you. It's American Flight 1947. This one's going to the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco. Now there's the potential to see some 747s this morning. We've got a couple of parked here, including a Korean Air 747 cargo. And I see it on one list and I don't see it on another, so I don't know if we can make any promises about that one. That was American Eagle 3976 arriving from Springfield. and Embraer 175. And yes, there is the sun gleaming in the morning. We don't have much in the way of clouds, I don't think, so it's going to be just kind of a ball of fire for us this morning. Bob Bell checking in from chilly Ohio. Autumn has arrived, he says. Speaking of the sun, I believe it is coming up this Saturday. We're having some sort of a, they call it an annular eclipse, I believe. An annular solar eclipse. And so October 14th, we're not in the path of, well, the thing about this one is that the moon doesn't entirely cover the sun. There's what they call a ring of fire. And so because of that, it's going to get a little darker here than it normally would during the daytime. So I think we're going to do a special show on Saturday. At least that's my thinking. And we'll try to bring you some of what the eclipse looks like here. As Reinhard Dyer says, good morning, Dallas. Happy Sunday. Reinhard, I believe, is a 1-month member. So thank you, Reinhard. So good of you to join in here with us. And we have Kenneth White enjoying and appreciating our sun, as does Mary Extraordinaire. Channel member Linda Kavinsky, also on board with the sunrise. And that gives us something to look at when there's there's nothing else to see going on right at the moment, at least on this side of the airport. So things are going to warm up just a little bit here. Skittles said, Runway DFW, I may be mistaken, but I think that I read somewhere that Washington State will get to see quite a bit of the eclipse. Yeah, I'm not sure. You can go online and just type in 2013 annular eclipse and read up on it. The thing is, it's going to be the last one we see here in the continental United States for quite a while. And of course, next year, in April, I believe, there will be a total eclipse. And DFW Airport is in the path of totality. So I can only imagine that this is going to be a very interesting place to be on next April, I believe it is. Yeah, we're going to try to be here and bring that to you. And both of these eclipse events are going to be the last ones that we see here in the U.S. for quite a number of years. Channel member Karen Monson says, "This is beautiful. Hi and good morning, everyone." Thomas Allen says, "Just watch the sunset here in Jakarta." And we're thanking Reinhard Nair again, this time for a £3 super chat. And once again, to be clear, the eclipse is not for today. It's for next Saturday, the annular eclipse. So thanks again to Reinhard, a channel member. John Franco says, "Good morning, Walt from Fort Drum, New York, 48 degrees and raining." Well, I don't know if you need any more rain up there. I know that that we sure do here. You are about to see American Flight 1343. It's an Airbus A321. It is going to Cancun. It will be coming in from the right side of your picture there, as we see United Jet coming across the bridge. That one is going to Houston.
Local 8170, 70 Tower at Zulu, crossfire 18 right, and then right from Echo to Whiskey Juliet, hold short 18 left. Cross 18 right, Echo Whiskey Juliet, hold short 18 left, Echo 617 in. Ready 1343, you got numbers for 18 right?
Yes, sir, we got numbers for 18 right, American 1343, seatbelt 1 mic.
Cross 18 left, for 18 right, let's go.
Cross 18 left, 18 right, let's go, American 1343.
Now, if you were with us on Friday for our Friday broadcast, where we welcomed special guest from Boston,
Numbers for 18 right?
Sarah the Real Deal. And we were at the other end of the runways here on the west side on Friday. And while we can get in kind of close here, you know, we're at that other location, we're really right up against the aircraft. And we'll be back there when the conditions warrant. Wouldn't be a very good place to be today because we wouldn't get anywhere close to any planes. I'm gonna say this one's coming. Is this one coming over to 18 right to take off, or is this one on its way to the garage? I do believe it's going to take off from 18 right. So this is not unprecedented, but it is unusual to have flights take off from 18 right here on the west side. Gives us a little closer look as they take off. There are two parallel north-south runways here on the west side. 18 right, 18 left, 18 right, generally where the planes land. 18 left, generally where the planes take off. So this is not an anomaly, but I would say a novelty. And it looks like that United plane that we saw a little bit ago is also going to be launching from 18 left, I think. No, I can't tell.
Yes, sir. Good morning, American 2342, visual 18 right.
2242, DFW Tower, 18 right, clear to land.
Alright, clear to land, park and land. American
So we've got a flight coming in on 18 right, the airport from which the runway from which you just saw a plane take off. So this aircraft, flight 2593 to Minneapolis, St. Paul, is standing by, waiting for its turn to take the runway, which is now owned, I guess so to speak, by American Flight 1226 coming in from Miami. Let's swing our camera around just a little bit here. There's that sun. That'll be pesky as far as our viewing goes, but well, we'll do what we can.
We can do it, American 2342.
So, as soon as that plane clears that runway, I don't see anything else coming in immediately. So it'll be the turn of Flight 2593 off to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Now we do have Japan Airlines Flight 12 coming in from Haneda in Tokyo. As I told you, it's second in line to arrive. That's going to be a 777. And I don't know if the schedules have changed or what. The two flights that come in the morning from Hawaii seem to come in about an hour early before we went on the air. Those two American Dreamliners, I believe they both were.
Flatten away, United 2670.
So Flight 2342 from San Antonio just landed, American Airlines, and we're going to be on the lookout now for this Japan Airlines triple that's coming in from Tokyo. There it is.
Is there Delta 38, American 10, 2342? South Park, American 2342.
Good morning, Cal, runway 3373, visual 1 right.
United 2670 on out to Lauren, right, 18 left, to pick up.
RNAV Lauren, 18 left, clear for takeoff, United 2670.
American 18 left, to pick up, 18 left, 9.7 ball.
18 left, line away, American 18 left.
Clear 1 right, runway 3373.
RNAV to B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 18.
The mighty triple finishing up its journey of 10 hours and 25 minutes since it lifted off from the land of the rising sun. And remember what I told you a few minutes ago about a Korean Air Cargo 747? Well, it is now illuminating the radar screen here at DFW Airport. It's flight 256, 747-800 model, or 8. An 11-year-old aircraft, and we'll be seeing it momentarily here on Runway DFW. Navy Jack says Japan Airlines smooth and nice like always. Saggiatore says classic JAL. Aviation Guide 241 says I've never seen a hard Japan 777 landing at DFW. Carolyn Crowder says a very good morning. Walt and all the Runway DFW family from Reidsville, North Carolina. Hope all have a wonderful day. And I echo those sentiments for everyone. An Aviation Guide 241 says, why are they using 18 right for departures? And I don't know, except that I do see, and if I can pick them out of the backlit area here, we do see some ground operations vehicles over there, and they do conduct. Every airport conducts regular inspections of its runway operations. So that could have something to do with it. Just speculation on my part. So as we await the takeoff of the Korean Air flight to Anchorage, let's check out American Eagle Flight 3373 coming in from Manhattan, Kansas, an Embraer 175. See, we haven't checked out there. There's been a lot of construction over there. There is the JAL aircraft. Taxiing over to Terminal D, the international terminal here. I was going to see if we had any interesting planes parked over there south of Terminal D, where the future Terminal F will be located. Didn't see any. It would be kind of behind where the Japan Airlines plane is now. There's an apron there, which will be the home of Terminal F. And DFW Airport did release some new footage of Terminal F and some upgrades to Terminal C, which I'll have to find that for you. I don't think we'll see it this time. Maybe for our next broadcast. So now's the time we say hail to the Queen. Again, this is Korean Air Cargo Flight 256. It's headed to Anchorage. as a waypoint, I'm assuming, as it heads back to the Far East.
Envelope 242, Whiskey Juliet, cross 18 left, ground 185 there, side today.
Whiskey Juliet, cross 18 left, ground 185 on the other side. Envelope 242, good day.
I did read earlier this week that there was some progress being made in the merger of Korean Air I got distracted there for a second. The merger of Korean Air and Asiana, which is the other big airline in Korea, based in Korea. And part of the deal, it was written, at least from what I read, was that Korean and Asiana may give up their cargo services in order to get the merger approved by various governments. So that would be interesting. So here at American Flight 711 cleared for takeoff. That's going to San Francisco. So this big jet will either wait for that one to go off, or it'll turn on a, as we're seeing here, on a taxiway adjacent to runway 18 left. And you hear Flight 711 revving up now. That's an Airbus A321neo. You'll see it go by in the picture here, going the other direction shortly. There it is. So I believe this flight was scheduled for 7:50 a.m. and it's just a little after that, so not far behind schedule. So at least we get one Queen of the Sky for you this morning in the first hour of our Runway DFW broadcast. Our plan is to be with you until 10 a.m. Central Time, at which juncture we will send you over to Los Angeles for the big Sunday show with Kevin at Airline Videos Live. Yes, we're very backlit in this configuration. It's another nice thing about the when we have reverse operations and we're down there at the south end of the field in the mornings. sun is behind our backs, and so we get a nice bright look at all the aircraft and all the livery. Not so much from this side in the morning time.
Yeah, American 2029, we're going to need a moment. We may have to return to the gate.
American 2029, roger. Hold short, 1 8 left, let me know.
Hold short, 1 8 left, American 2029.
Yeah, if you want to stay facing the north on that side.
Okay, we'll stop right here, American 2029.
You may have heard on the air traffic control that an American Airlines plane, the flight deck was informing the tower that they may need to return to the gate.
Clear 7679 departure, have a good flight.
Contact departure right now, 256. Good day.
And I think the flight in question is like 2029, which is supposed to be going to Santa Ana, California. So let's take a look at that if we can. It's a 737.
And that's our American 2029. We are going to have to return to gate.
Okay, you know where you're going?
Not yet. Just wanted to let you know what was going on, that we weren't going to be taking off, and see if you wanted to go somewhere else or we could get it up.
If you want to, make a 180 at least to face the right way, and hold short Yankee, just let me know.
Okay, make a 180 and hold short Yankee for American 2029.
So there you see the plane that is returning to the gate. I didn't hear specified what the issue was, whether it's a technical issue or a passenger issue. You don't know. These things happen, but I'm sure there's a lot of disappointed passengers on that particular aircraft as it circles back and heads to the gate from which it cometh.
Runway 29, Whiskey Mike, cross 18 right, cross 18 left, and golf parking monitor down.
Okay, American local, Mike, 12, 18 right, 12, 18 left, golf, monitor ground. American local, 879.
American 29, would you go back over to the slot center?
Roger Williams says, too bad the internet and live streaming didn't exist back in the day when airlines were flying 727s, DC-9s, DC-10s, L-1011s, etc. You know, there is at least one channel on YouTube that, and I can't remember the name of it. I'm sure somebody in the
Here, we'll coordinate with ground once we get a gate.
somebody in the chat will remember it. But they have all these. Well, a lot of them look like videotape, you know, camcorder videotape from that era, from, you know, the turn of the century and the early 2000s and the late 1990s, and it's fascinating stuff. You know, obviously you don't get the same high definition quality that we see today, but just to see those aircraft is fascinating.
13 right, go to left.
13 right, clear to land, Envoy 3309.
Here again is that plane that's headed back to the gate. I don't know what gate it's going to or what terminal. So it's just kind of parked there for a little bit. MRI says the KAL Queen looked very grand in early morning light. Walt, thank you, MR. Aviator Chad informs me that the channel I was thinking about is called Just Planes. So check that out if you have an interest in flights that you may not have, or aircraft that we don't see anymore. Doing, they kind of did what they kind of have this footage of things that we saw. We bring you now, although it wasn't done live, of course, because we have satellite technology, and they didn't. Here's one of those planes that we like to bring you whenever we can. The MD-11. There's two of them parked over there at the UPS facility here. This is one of the two. I don't anticipate seeing either one of those in action this morning, unfortunately. But when we have our night streams, we generally see multiple instances of the MDs coming to and from the airport. And we are in a little drought here as far as planes go. It'll pick up in the next hour. So let us, at this time, take this opportunity to identify ourselves, shall we? Yeah, we're having kind of a laid-back morning here at Runway DFW. Runway DFW bringing you jet age entertainment for the 21st century. My name is Walt. We are here with you at DFW Founders Plaza. I'm sitting in my chair now. And we are all set up to bring you all the action when it happens. But for now, we're just kind of chilling here at Founders Plaza, the place where has been set up for people to watch planes and enjoy the aircraft. So thank you, DFW Airport, for the facility here at Founders Plaza, and hang out with us for the next 2 hours on Runway DFW. John Franco says, hey, Walt, did you hear about the UPS 757 that overran the runway at Chattanooga, Tennessee? I did hear about that, and very fortunately, nobody was injured in that instance, although I would have to imagine that that plane may not be flying for a while, if ever, again. And I think that was the belly landing that TriStar Darren is talking about in the chat. Channel member Luke Jensen says, good morning, Walt, from Farmers Branch. Farmers Branch just down the road here in North Texas. Bob Bell says the British A350 now lining up on runway 27 right at London Heathrow for departure DFW. Are they running a 350 in here today instead of the 380? I guess that may be the case. Sometimes they do a substitution. Let's see here. So flight 193. No, it's the 380. So the A380, the king of the skies, is on its way to DFW from London. Left 4 minutes ago, according to Flight Radar 24. And it'll be here in just over 9 hours. And we won't be here at that time, but we'll see the A380 again someday soon. Generally, when we get here at night, we try to bring the departure of the A380. We can usually time things to do that for you. Very little wind today as we look over at the north radar tower here. Let's see what the airport says. The airport says it's calm. I detect a very slight wind coming from the south. Nothing to speak of. You see the flag there is just kind of hanging limply. Although it's a very large flag, so it takes a bit of wind to make it move around. The flags in back of us here at the plaza are a little more, they're exhibiting a little more motion, as you can see there. So we're pointed, the camera's pointed west now, so that the flags indicate that the wind is blowing from the south. But not very strongly. There's one other thing I was going to show you here, and it's kind of hard to see. So, Walt, why are you showing this to us? So I'm looking down at the grass here on the plaza, the grassy area, and you can probably see a red X there that's been spray painted there. And then there's this yellow string which goes, which makes a line. I don't know how far down it goes, but they're apparently, I mean, my guess would be that they're going to either build something, maybe put some more concrete in here, bury some cables, who knows? Maybe they're going to put in some bathrooms. I don't know, but it's all. This is new since I've last been here, and maybe they're putting in more sprinklers. That would be good, because we need more sprinklers here. I'm just praying they haven't decided to start sprinkling on Sunday mornings. We see American Flight 1034 in the distance. It's coming in from Guadalajara in Mexico. Ending our drought here. Been, 10 minutes since we've seen any aircraft? Probably a little more. It's a 737-800, again coming in from Guadalajara, Mexico. On runway DFW from one of the busiest airports in the whole world, although you'd never know it by the last 10 minutes or so. This plane is landing on 18 left. Everything's all cattywampus this morning. We've had planes take off on 18 right. That plane's landing on 18 left. It looks like the next one coming in, also from Mexico, but from Chihuahua. This will be American Eagle 3296 on a CRJ 701ER. That will be next for us to arrive here on the west side of DFW Airport on this rather glorious Sunday morning. We have a new member. Stitch. No, Stitch is not a new member. I recognize that name. Stitch is celebrating 2 months of membership. And Stitch says good morning. And we say good morning back. And we also say, of course, thank you for being a member of Runway DFW. Grackle. Truck. Plane coming in from Chihuahua. Again on runway 18 left.
One eight left, Runway American 2371.
Another flight from Mexico is on approach. Flight 941, American Airlines and Airbus A319. This one from Monterrey. First, we've got American Flight 2371. This is going out to Seattle in Airbus A321, although I think this one is going to have to pause. I think. Oh no, it looks like the flight from Monterey is coming in on 18 right, so I think we're back to normal operations here on the west side.
Verify Delta 724, 18 left, line up and wait.
Delta 724, runway left, left, wait.
18 left, line up and wait, Delta 724.
Delta 724, need to be parked, 18 left, left, left.
18 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 724. Turn out to be parked, Delta 724.
723, not a pleasure, have a good flight.
2371, good day, sir.
Going slightly mad, I believe, is celebrating a membership opportunity. Going Slightly Mad, celebrating 4 months of membership. So thank you, Going Slightly Mad, who I had a chance to meet out at the Cranky Dork Fest, and she's just a delightful individual. So happy to have met her in person. Delta flight just getting ready to lift off there.
Back in 941, take Whiskey Lima. 9 Whiskey Lima, aircraft 20 left, ground 25, near side, have a good day.
Whiskey Lima, cross 20 left,
That aircraft was an Airbus A220 going to Salt Lake City, flight 724. Got a United Airbus A319 approaching the bench. as though it's a courtroom. Well, there we honor our first 20th century plane of the morning. We may have seen others, but that's the first one I've identified. That was going to San Francisco. We may see that in a moment or two. First, we will welcome American Flight 2263 from Silao in Mexico. 737-800. Was having some communication with a gentleman named Eric, I believe that's how his name is pronounced, from Mac Aviation, which is another channel like this, headquartered in Birmingham, England. And he's coming to the U.S. in a few weeks, and his plan is to come here to DFW Airport, so we may get a chance for some international chit-chat here on our channel and maybe perhaps on his as well. Flight 2371 is going to San Francisco.
Yeah, 2371 on that B park, sorry, 18 left, clear takeoff. RNAV to B park, clear for takeoff, 18 left, United 2371.
And as this is taking off, we'll soon be seeing American Flight 883, which will be arriving from Querétaro in Mexico.
Yeah, 2371, time 1, get on to the plane. Switch to departure, good day, United 2371. Almost 588, DFW Airport, morning, runway right for the left.
So that was a flight from Querétaro, and to continue our parade of aircraft from sunny Mexico, we will next be looking at what is designated as American Eagle Flight 4896, a CRJ 701ER that will be arriving from Aguascalientes. So do we thank, we did thank Kay Christensen, channel member, for gifting 5 Runway DFW memberships. That is very nice. We're sitting right about 200 members here on the channel, and that is very gratifying. Obviously, we have expenses in the form of equipment and what else? Streaming costs. That eats up a bunch of our budget. So we are grateful to everyone who chips in. And if you can't, it's not a big deal. We're just happy to have you with us here at Runway DFW. If you can give us a like, that helps. If you can hit the subscribe button, that helps as well. That is free of charge to you, a subscription to the channel. Just helps you keep up with us, keep up with our activities, and it also gives you admission to our chat room, which is members only. This is American Eagle 3588 and Embraer 175 arriving from Fargo, North Dakota. Put that nose wheel down there. There you go. Another regional jet will be next to arrive from Roswell, New Mexico. American Eagle 3271 from Roswell on a CRJ 701ER. As we're having kind of a laid-back Sunday morning. The plane which will follow this next one will be an Embraer 170 from Champaign, Illinois. But this is the one from Roswell. Yeah, we have a new subscriber by the name of Tim Moffat. Thank you, Tim.
RFLR, flight left, clear takeoff, envoy 38-2.
American 1066 is
So it looks like we're in the regional hour here. We've got American Eagle flight 3852 going to Lubbock, Texas. They're in the foreground. It's an Embraer 175. See another plane coming over the bridge as the haze kind of descends on the skyline of Dallas. We had a pretty clear view of it when we first got here. I haven't seen any air pollution alerts today yet, although we've been having them quite regularly. The air's been a little stagnant. You'll see in the foreground here, plane coming in.
Board 34, 64 time. Their response on 34, 64, hold short 1
Board 34, 64, holding short 1 left.
The plane that was arriving was that one we talked about from Champaign. It was an Embraer 170. And Kate Christian, is that another membership gift? If so, and it sounds like it, thank you so much. 5 more Runway DFW memberships that we can salute Kay Christensen for. Thank you. There's American Flight 1066 coming in from Mexico City, 737-800. A 2-hour and 5-minute journey. So nice to have all these new members with us, thanks to Kate Christensen, who says, glad to do it, guys. That's a nice way to start our Sunday morning, or whatever time it is in your time zone. Karen Monson is checking out for breakfast. Try and make it back later. Bye for now. Thank you, Karen. A channel member. What we got going over here? We've got a plane lining up to take off. That's kind of what we're all about here at Runway DFW. Planes taking off and landing and such. This is American Flight 2081, an Airbus A321, which is destined for Sacramento, California. As we get an incoming flight from Minneapolis, St. Paul. This one's a 737-800, Flight 1395 from the Twin Cities. Once again is the plane that's destined for Sacramento.
On employer and operator 37 for script takeoff on pad.
Hey, yo, how's it going? American 20 feet away.
Gotta catch up with this one. Whoa, it went right off. That was American Eagle 3774 and Embraer 175. This one's going to Corpus Christi on the Texas Gulf Coast. And there are all manner of aircraft lined up to take off. We're getting to be in a kind of a a rush now. We're going to look at American Flight 1229 arriving from Cleveland. This is our second Cleveland arrival of the morning. What do we have? Hourly service to Cleveland? That tail you saw there was American 1902. It's going to Oklahoma City. Of course, I have to apologize because everything looks a little bit monochromatic when we're faced with a sun which is backlighting everything, but it's just the way it is here in the mornings at Founders Plaza. I kind of pine for cloudy days because it makes things much more spectacular. Here's flight 1729. It's going to Fresno. Flight coming in from Peoria, American Eagle 3486, Peoria, Illinois, number 175. And there's the plane we saw starting to take off.
Runway 3046, call face, cross 20 left, 7 ground 25. Cross face. Left 429, Alpha cross 20 left, ground 80 on the bridge.
There on the very right of your screen, you see the tail of American 2357 going to Denver. There's a little better look at it. It's an Airbus A321. Stephanie says, Walt, you need a big sign to let flight crew and passengers know they are being streamed on Runway DFW. I don't know that the airport authority would buy into that, really. As we watch American Flight 1799 arriving from Houston Intercontinental George Bush Airport in Texas on an Airbus A321. We do have we do have a sign. Can you see it in that shot? It's there kind of at the top of the picnic table. I don't know if we can. We have a little sign. It's less for the passengers on aircraft, and more for the people who are here at Founders Plaza to let them know what the heck we're doing here. And it says Runway DFW live now on YouTube. We are about to see American Flight 2629. This coming in from Orlando, Florida. It's an Airbus A321. Now I'm not a pilot, but I'm going to say that there's so little wind today that there's really no excuse for a bad or a bumpy landing. I know there's other factors that can be involved, but the plane there in the center of your screen is American Flight 1174. It is going to Guadalajara, Mexico, 737-800. The flight that's coming in right now from Colorado Springs, American 2788 is 737-800. Here again is that flight to Guadalajara. It's now inching down runway 18 left. Well, when it gets to this time of the morning, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Kevin Jones wants to know, does DFW have any airline that flies the A380 into the airport anymore? Qantas and Emirates used to. Yes, they do not, but British Airways does. And in fact, we confirmed earlier in the broadcast that its daily flight to DFW on the King of the Skies is in the air and will be here usually around 5 o'clock Central Time. We'll not be here to see that today, but yeah. Here's American Airlines Flight 537 arriving from El Paso, Texas. A737-800. If you are new to the channel, and I always assume that some people are, you know, saying, what is this? You'll probably be taken aback by the volume of American Airlines and American Eagle planes. So we always have to issue the disclaimer that this is the home of American Airlines. Literally, their headquarters are just down the street here in Fort Worth. And they do dominate this airport. You can see by all the tails. Coming in from another American Airlines hub, which I think is has even more of a concentration of American Airlines traffic than Dallas-Fort Worth does. Coming in from Charlotte is Flight 422 on an Airbus A321. DFW has about 84%, I think, traffic, or 84% of the passenger traffic here. And in Charlotte, I think they got like 85 or 86%. Got a flight from Albuquerque coming in, flight 2335, another 737-800, which we are angling to line up the shot here. And where did it go? There it is. Plant a thought in your mind right now. What if, imagine that you're an air traffic controller at this airport and you've got all these planes lined up to go, in addition to planes coming in. That was Alaska Airlines Flight 543 off to Seattle, 737-900. Here comes an American Eagle flight from Bismarck. As you see an Airbus A321 crossing over from the American Airlines hangar. Well, there is Quad Jet member of the channel, 757 Chip. Howdy all. Hello, Chip. Terry M says, enjoy your warm 55 degrees, Walt. A frosty 33 here in West Michigan. Thanks always for the stream. 33? Boy, that's practically freezing. Here's an American Airlines Airbus A319 arriving from Pensacola, Florida. Craig Russell, a channel member, says, good morning, everyone. It's 53 degrees Fahrenheit here in Austin, Texas, and I'm loving it. Yes, it does seem like fall all of a sudden. There on your screen is American Flight 2294. It's an Airbus A321. It's going to Seattle. And we're about to greet American Eagle Flight 3332 coming in from Wichita, Kansas on an Embraer 175. We were talking about Sarah Deal, who paid us a visit on our Friday stream. She was visiting from Baston, of course, and she was relating to us the experience she had on JetBlue on her arrival last week. A very hard break, as she described. And she said she's traveled a lot. She'd never been on a plane which had a break so hard. From Fort Lauderdale comes this 737-800. It's American Flight 2558. Fort Lauderdale in Florida. Well, we're having fun now, aren't we? Off goes American Flight 2720 to Tucson, Arizona. There you see it. It's an Airbus A321.
Round across runway right, hold short 18 left, American 2880.
John P. says it's 77 degrees over in London Village, England. Is that correct? Is that warm? And that can't be Celsius, so it must be Fahrenheit, I guess. Mark Pell says, Walt, for safety reasons, it's more important to hit the touchdown zone accurately than to land softly, even on very long runways, such as at DFW. And yeah, these runways, these north-south runways are like 2 miles long. So speed control on final is easier on a calm day. So we always learn something new from our viewers here at Runway DFW. Some more action from the Eagle, the American Eagle. That was Flight 3571 arriving from Montgomery, Alabama. Airbus, an Embraer 175. That's a trip of about 1 hour and 40 minutes, so says Flight Radar 24. What do we have here? That looks like American Flight 1772, an Airbus A321. It's going to Los Angeles, California. A plane you can look for coming up later today on Airline Videos Live with Kevin. That's the Stand Up to Cancer livery. You can't see it very well due to the backlit nature of our position here. We saw that come in earlier this morning. In our first hour. And that plane, did we say where that's going? Going to Los Angeles. We did say that. You just saw American Airlines Flight 2193 arriving from Tucson, an Airbus A321. Ms. Wolsertine, who is not only a channel member, but also one of our great mods, says, we have a lovely warm day in southern UK today. Well, that is so good to know. We have a special guest from the UK. Who watched?
Hi, I'm Mark from Stockport near Manchester, UK.
Manchester?
Yeah.
And what was your name again?
Mark.
Mark. So nice to have you with us. Let me put you on camera here today so you can wave, if you don't mind. Our camera's over there, so you can wave there. So what brings you to the USA?
I had to come and watch the planes and go to aviation museums.
Cool. We got at least a couple in this area.
Yeah, we've been to Dallas Love Field and Addison. And yesterday we went to Meacham Field.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's another museum at the American Airlines headquarters over here, too. Did you know that?
No.
I don't know when they're open. They're open at kind of weird hours, but might be worth checking out. I haven't been there in years.
Yeah, we're heading south today.
Oh.
We've come up from Houston.
Okay.
And then we came here on Friday.
What did you fly in on?
Singapore Airlines from Manchester to Houston.
Singapore goes from Manchester to Houston? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What kind of aircraft?
A350.
Cool. Are you going back the same way?
Yeah.
Okay. How long will you be here?
Go back on the 13th.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a nice. Have you spent a lot of time in the U.S. before? Or is this...
Yeah, I've come. It's 4.5 years since I've been, but I used to come fairly often.
I guess the pandemic kind of got in the way there.
Yeah.
Well, it's so nice to have you here and for you to take time to stop by.
Yeah, we were just unfortunate that the aircraft were coming in the other way on Friday night.
I know, yeah. They switched it around overnight, we're back to where you can see it from here.
So I thought, come here this morning and have a chat with you.
Well, so nice.
Because we noticed the runway had changed.
Yes. Well, if you like American Airlines, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
We won't see the A380 until late this afternoon. Will you be here for that?
No, we saw it on Friday evening.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
But you see those all the time in England.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, we get Emirates twice a day, the 380 and...
Stop showing off. Well, so good to see you, and safe travels, and I hope you get to do everything you want. I hope the weather stays nice for you.
Yeah.
I hope you brought us something warm, because it's a little cooler than it had been.
Well, when we landed in Houston, it was rain.
Oh.
And rain.
Wow. So. Well, we were just, somebody in the chat was just saying that in England, it's like very warm in southern England today.
Right.
So, I don't know. You might be missing out on something, but we hope to make up for it here in Texas. Well, welcome. I hope you're having a good experience.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, hats off and salute. Well, I can't take my hat off because my headphones are on, but so good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, there you go. Another visitor. We've had 2 guests on so far today. We missed a couple of planes, but they're all. We see these planes all the time. What do we got here? It's American Flight 389 going to Mexico City right there. To 737-800. Going through a cloud of tire smoke. It's a real treat to have people stop by and say hello. Got some young people camping out here today. I don't know if they're camping out, but they got a blanket spread out. They're watching the planes come in. This next one's coming in from Durango. It's American Eagle 3170. And let's pick up on American Flight 1820. It's an Airbus A321. This one's headed to the left coast, to the city of Ontario. I see a 777. It's about to come into view over here. This is American Flight 319. It's going to Miami. The likely path for this plane is to head over the bridge to the east side for takeoff to Miami. That's typically what happens, but not all the time. Of course, we saw the Japan Airlines 777 come in earlier from Tokyo.
2583, landing traffic, full survey intersection, Alpha Cross 20 right, hold shuttle 181. Alpha Cross 20 right. American 2681 at Whiskey, Lima, cross right west, Alpha Route, ground 80 on the bridge, cross over, give way 3 times, so let's do it.
We were talking with an American Airlines mechanic. I think it was last Sunday, stopped by, and they said 777 one of their favorite planes to work on. He didn't have very nice things to say about the 737 series, as you see it turning over to the east side. But he heaped a lot of praise on the Airbus series of planes. Said they're a joy to work on.
Tower American 1369 to 123 from Getty. So, Runway 330, 12 knots, still where you went, the whole sort of 18 left to Whiskey, Lima. Also, 1 left to Lima, Getty. American 1369, this is 1 right, still on, hold Bravo. American 1369, clear, 1 right, hold Bravo. American 520, we're not delaying, 1 left, still to take off. American, take off on 520. American 2665, this is 1 left, 1 point, you ready to go.
From Fayetteville, Arkansas, Flight 5206, American Eagle, CRJ 901ER, I do believe. I see Gerard in there. Doug Houston, channel member, says, "Hey Walt, great to see you live, staying down the road with a view of the airport in the distance." Well, that sounds like a good place to be. Well, let me see if I can get this right. Johan Bergier Portensian. Sorry about that. Hi from Iceland in Europe. I don't know that we've ever had somebody checking in from Iceland, so we're happy to have you here. Our guest was talking about flying on Singapore to Houston. He said Noel Phillips, who's a well-known YouTuber, used Singapore to fly to Houston for a steak dinner meal. Then he made the return flight back home in 4 hours. Wow. Channel member Somil Bandari says, see you all later on the AVL stream. Have a good weekend. Thank you, Somil. We're glad you could spend part of your morning with us here at Runway DFW. Irish Dublin says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Irish Dublin. And MR Rice with a little belated greetings to Mark, who was our guest just a few minutes ago. And B777 says, good morning, everyone. Beautiful day for plane spotting. So I know I never get to everybody's messages, but I hope we've got a good sub-sample of that. Here goes American Flight 1369, traveling to Tampa, Florida. We are on the west coast of Florida. Now, I would have expected on a cool, crisp day like this, we wouldn't have this haze, but I think it just has something to do with pollution, unfortunately. Well, it is time once again for us to remind you that you are watching Runway DFW, Jet Age Entertainment for the 21st century. My name is Walt. We are here with you from the DFW Founders Plaza at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. And we'll be here with you for the better part of this next hour until we hand things over to our friend Kevin at Airline Videos Live. Runway DFW blasting its signal into outer space from the Runway DFW satellite truck. And we are overlooking runways 18 left and 18 right here on the west side of the airport as our music kind of fades down. Wow, that plane is going right up in the air, wasn't it? You see that one? It was taking off from the east side of the airport. That appears to have been American Flight 3146, American Eagle Flight 3146, CRJ 701ER. Those little planes can get right up there, can't they? Well, there's a lot of planes that are taking off. There's a lot of planes lined up on both sides of the airport right now. That 777 we saw is stuck in a traffic jam over there on the east side. We've got 4 planes preparing for takeoff over on this side. And we've got an Airbus A321 coming in from Miami. It's Flight 2138, American Airlines. So we've got the triple going out over on the other side to Miami, and this one coming in from Miami over here on the west side of the airport. Go figure. Let's welcome Brianna Evans as our newest subscriber. Brianna, you'll be able to participate in our chat. I hope you will consider doing that. Once 10 minutes have expired, we have a little timeout for new subscribers. Just kind of keep out the any interlopers with evil intent. Here comes American Flight 1730 from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love. It's an Airbus A321. This morning's going by quickly. Got here at about 5:30, I think. There goes American Flight 2406. It's a 737-800. It is going to Salt Lake City in the state of Utah. Gotta play catch up with that one. Salt Lake, a very beautiful city, nestled in between a couple of mountain ranges. Popular with skiers.
American 1730 Whiskey Lima from West Alpha Route 80 on the bridge, Continental. Back to the cross 2138 Whiskey Mike cross point left Alpha Route 80 on the bridge, Continental. 2234 traffic holding in position. Pick up the pace at Alpha cross point left ground 80 on the bridge. Aircraft 185 American 2046 contact departure take needed.
That's our American 2792, netting 4018 right, and west east side.
American 2790, discharge warning, right foot level, set up Bravo, south traffic.
Clear land, and for Bravo American, nothing we can make Whiskey Kilo.
What you see there is American Flight 1584. It's going to Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A321 here on Runway DFW. With the hazy skyline of Dallas in the background. Carolina Aviation says, good morning, Walt. Great stream this morning. Thank you. Jordan says Provo, Utah is better than Salt Lake City. I won't get into that argument. Rebecca 3.0, a channel member, says, good morning, Walt, mods and spotters. Especially nice to see kids out plane spotting on such a beautiful morning. Yes, indeed. This is a great place to bring family members. And, you know, even ones who don't have a particular interest in plane spotting can just enjoy themselves. I mean, last time I brought my grandson out here, it was probably a couple of years ago now, well, maybe a year and a half. He was more interested in tumbling down the hills than he was watching airplanes, but, you know, kids are kids. What we're about to try to bring you is the liftoff of American Flight 319 to Miami. This is the 777 we have been talking about. There, I think, is the tail of it. It's taking off from the east side of the airport, so we've got to kind of estimate where we will see it rise up here. There it is. So off to Miami. Meanwhile, on the west side of the airport,
American 802, landing traffic will hold for the intersection at Alpha Cross, runway 18 right, hold short of runway 18 left.
bring you the identification of that plane just a moment. That was American 2792 checking in from San Antonio, Texas. You see the most of a Spirit Airlines Airbus A319. I'm sorry, Airbus A320. That one's going to Las Vegas. Now it's after 9 a.m. and it's still not even 60 degrees here, Fahrenheit. Well, there's a big jet there. That's a 777 that's coming in from San Antonio, Texas. That's a very short trip for a 777. It's flight 9785. It's a 43-minute trip. I think a flight number in that range means it's repositioning. So who's to say if there's even any passengers on that flight, on that plane? I don't know. We say thank you to our channel moderator, Gerard, for celebrating 4 months of membership. You're not a new member, as indicated by that little alert there. Already 4 months, part of the Runway DFW family. Thank you, Gerard. We are very lucky to have you as part of our crew. And yeah, the 777 we just saw land is not going to a terminal. It's going to the hangars over here, so.
2649 landing traffic will hold for the intersection at Bravo, cross, runway right, cross, runway left, then contact ground 25. Cross runway right, runway left, contact runway Michael 2649.
We're about to see our first
Over to departure anchor 2845.
sun country of the day. There it is there. This plane's going to Minneapolis, St. Paul. For a while there, over the summer months when we were here in the mornings, we would see not one, not two, but 3 sun country planes leaving here for Cancun in the course of 2 or 3 hours. I haven't seen that recently. I'm imagining they switched up their schedule for the fall. This is flight 672, a 737-800 model. Headed to the Twin Cities, and you know what's unusual? I don't know if it's unusual. It's a coincidence, I guess. That Delta Flight 1515, an Airbus A319, is just about to arrive from Minneapolis, St. Paul. So I think we'll get to see both of them here momentarily. I can hear the Delta A319 coming in. You can probably hear it too. So we'll see this lift off to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Whip around here, and there's the Delta plane. And we need our singers for this one. A 20th century aircraft just landing here. Hello. So it is our custom when we recognize a plane that was built in the 20th century to provide it with a little salute, a musical salute. And off it goes in search of its terminal on runway DFW. American Flight 1351. An Airbus A319, another one. This one's coming in from McAllen in Texas. And this is a no salute for you musically. Nice plane, but built in the year 2000. So we'll be celebrating its 23rd birthday in December.
Delta 1550 to Alpha, cross 20 left, underground 65 on the bridge.
So all of a sudden it's quiet here again. We do have a plane that's getting ready to take off. You will see it not there because it's already escaped our attention. But we do have multiple cameras to keep track of all these planes. This one is Flight 2379. Headed to the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco, an Airbus A321. Another older plane from the year 2001. United placed a big order with both Boeing and Airbus over the last few days.
Next flight 379 at the B Park, 1 left, cliff takeoff.
RNAV to B Park, we're clear for takeoff on 18 left, American 2379.
We do expect to see in the next half hour, 40 minutes or so, the morning flights from Qatar and Emirates. Hopefully we'll be able to squeeze those in before we sign off at 10 a.m. In matter of fact, I see the Emirates flight now on final approach. It's a 777. I think both the The Middle Eastern flights are triples. It was one Sunday, was it last Sunday or the one before, where we saw them both come in consecutively?
American 2379, traffic departure, good day.
Over departure, have a good day, American 2379.
So that was flight 1595 arriving from Austin, a 737-800. And now we're going to try to pick up on the Emirates flight coming in. Still a little ways out. It's going to be a 15-year-old 777 LR. It has been traveling for 15 hours and 14 minutes thus far.
Contact departure, we'll talk to you later, American 566 back.
That's where we are. Okay, no, not a problem. We've got Emirates flight 221 about to make the scene. I think I can pick it out here under the awning. Still a little ways out. I haven't checked to see what the status of the Qatar flight is from Doha, but we should. When I checked earlier this morning, it looked like it was aiming to get here right about 10 o'clock Central Time. This plane is getting here early compared to when it usually does. Usually this comes in after 10.
DFW American 1693, 7.5 miles, 20 right. Runway 20 right, American 1693.
There you have the mighty 777 completing its journey from the Middle East. Let me see where that other one is.
Clear takeoff, 18 left, 349.
So Qatar flight 731 from Doha is due here in 8 minutes. So that's a bit ahead of schedule as well. So good for us. Now, will it be coming in? Let's see. can't yet tell what runway that's going to come in on. We'll look at it either way. If it comes in on the east side, we'll follow it out of the sky as best we can. But yeah, about 7 minutes away is the Qatar 777 from Doha. Flight radar 24. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see. So we don't have anything taking off. Our next arrival is going to be American Flight 1693 of Airbus A319 from Oklahoma City in Oklahoma. There you see our look at the East Tower, the hazy skyline of Dallas in the background. Joshua Leclerc says, good morning, Walt. Good morning to you. Jordan wants to know, how long do planes last in these companies? Well, as we've seen today, planes can go for a number of years. And in fact, when they retire as passenger jets, often they have a new life as a cargo plane, which we see specifically here at DFW with the MD-11s, the tri-jets that both FedEx and UPS operate. We have at least a few of those, a few examples, excuse me, a few examples of those MD-11s that date back to the 1980s. And I think we see some 757 cargo planes that also have that kind of longevity. So the life of a plane is based, you know, a lot of it is based upon how many takeoffs and landings it has. So, you know, a 737 that Southwest Airlines uses may not have the same kind of lifespan as one that is used on longer flights. I mean, Southwest, they're known for a very quick turnaround time of their aircraft. So they don't stay on the ground very long, so they're up in the air and they're down, they're up, they're up, they're down, and that takes a toll on how many cycles it has as far as landings and takeoffs, which of course exerts most of the pressure on an aircraft fuselage. Kevin Jones says, I used to work at Boeing, and Boeing had a warranty for 20 years. Well, I'd like to get that on my next car. Does Boeing make cars? Caio on the internet says, I had to go do something after the start of the broadcast. What else is coming in before we go off the air? The main thing we're looking for now is the Qatar Airways flight coming in from Doha. I think that'll be the last big plane we see. It looks like it's making a turn so that we will see it here on the west side, which is nice. And it is about 4 or 5 minutes away. Maybe a little more. And yeah, I think that's going to be the last major. I don't see anything else. Let me take a quick look at the schedule here. Sometimes we get a surprise. No, it looks like a quiet next few minutes here at the big airport.
Is there any way we get 1 minute before
American 1001, yeah, just down to Whiskey Foxtrot for me. Just let me know when you're ready, please.
Everything going down to Whiskey Foxtrot, American 1001.
So yeah, we got to see our 747 today, and that was nice. The Korean Air 747, which went off to Seoul. American Flight 2963 off to San Antonio, Texas there. Seven 737-800.
Go with 32, 20, 3224, Arnold Valerian, 18 left, let's take off.
Arnold Valerian, 18 left, clear for takeoff. Skywest 3224.
That's 2963, contact departure.
Auto departure, American 2963.
So you saw there, going through the screen there, Flight 3224, American Eagle. It's going to Killeen in Texas. It's not a very long flight for that little CRJ 701.
Tower American 1001, we're ready.
1001, okay, 18 left, line of flight.
Left white, 18 left, American 1001.
And you're hearing traffic about American Airlines Flight 1001. It's going to Cancun. That's an Airbus A321, which is awaiting its turn. This old plane's getting out before it. I imagine it won't need very much room to take off.
American 1001, Arnold Valerian, 18 left, let's take off.
Arnold Valerian, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 1001.
That was 3277, D2 Towers, runway 18 left, line of flight.
18 left, line of flight, go 3277.
Go 3224, contact departure.
So we'll watch this plane take off, and then we will shift our attention to the northern skies for the arrival of Qatar Flight 731 from Doha, 777.
Go 3277, Arnold to B Park, 18 left, let's take off.
Arnett B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, go 3277.
So we should be just about ready to get the Qatar 777 in sight.
American 1001. American 1953, 18 left, line up and wait.
Although I don't see it yet. American Flight 1953 to Los Angeles is about to take off. We're not. I don't think we'll be showing that to you. That is the flight number that I was on when I went out to LA. I can't remember. Was it last month now, or was it earlier this? No, it was last month. So here we go, another big old 777.
Go to Park Fest through 277.
Line up and wait, 18 left, Sky 3018. Right heading 190, clear for takeoff, runway 18 left, Sky 3018.
So it has smushed the runway after 15 hours and 27 minutes of flight from its big hub there in Doha. So at this time, we're gonna kind of pad out our time here before we sign off. Don't have anything major coming in. Raina Taylor says, Walt, I'll send you an email about my horse show in January. It's a really fun show. It's in Fort Worth. And it's called the Chisholm Challenge. I hope you can make it. That'd be fun to see. Channel member Jose Aguilar says, good morning, Walt. Beautiful weather in Dallas this morning. Indeed it is. Kevin Jones says, are you here every Sunday? I've been trying to be here every Sunday morning, starting about 7 a.m. or earlier in the summertime when we've got more light. But it just starts getting bright about 7 o'clock, so. We are attempting to do that. Graphics, Sign and Design, a channel member, says, what a great way to have my Sunday morning. Runway DFW, then AVL, perfect. Well, we try to accommodate everybody. Marion S. says, I love the 777, such an elegant aircraft. Yeah, it's a fan favorite, it seems. Just a few trains at says, just had a look at airline videos behind the scenes camera stream. Looks very foggy there today. Well, that happens at LAX a lot of times, but it tends to burn off, I think. 757 Chip says, enjoy everyone, and thanks Walt and Mods. Thank you. I think people are ready to sign off now for me to sign off. Well, let's do this. Let us press this button. As we get ready to set sail, mixing metaphors here, we would like to pay tribute to the people who make this channel go. James Webb, our official channel sponsor. Thanks so much for all you do for this channel, James Webb. He is a treasure. To Airline Videos Live and Kevin for letting us make use of his battery power, which powers this broadcast. They'll be charged up for your next visit, Kevin, whenever that is. And, of course, we say thanks to the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. They really make this a great place to hang out, and I'm sure you've noticed if you look at the chat how nice everything is run, and I give all credit to those guys and gals. Thank you so much. And now we're going to say thank you to all of our channel members on Runway DFW. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start that over because I had that super in too long. So in order to make sure that we have a very nice tribute to all of our members, here it is in its full glory, the Runway DFW credits. Well, that brings to a close this edition of Runway DFW. For a Sunday morning, we're going to hand it over to Kevin at Airline Videos Live for a full day of spectacular action from Los Angeles International Airport. In the meantime, we hope you'll join us here again soon at Runway DFW. Click that notification bell for our next broadcast, which will be some weekday this week. Not sure yet. Got to check the weather and all that. And again, thank you so much to all of you, to people who are new, people who've been around for a while. We will see you soon, and happy contrails to you until we meet again at Runway DFW.
performance for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
Gotta get going, love you, bye for now.